Your point is well taken. No, the Everdeens are not Covey, except that they kind of are. It's important to note that the Covey are not specifically a biological family. I mean, Lucy Gray and Billy Tope were dating, for goodness sakes. They weren't related. The Covey is, for all intents and purposes, a band. You know, they're this group of musicians by trade who live and work together in this previously nomadic, but now sort of just countercultural lifestyle. So in that sense, no, Burdock Everdeen and his children were not Covey. They're not musicians by trade. They don't live with other members of the Covey. There aren't any members of the Covey alive at the time we meet Katniss in the original trilogy, except for Clark Carmine. They are, however, blood relatives of Lucy Gray Baird. We know this to be true from Sunrise on the Reaping. Burdock and Lenore Dove are cousins. They know each other. There's a few ways this could have happened. So we meet the three Baird girl cousins in Ballad: Barbizor, Lucy Gray, and Maud Ivory. Three different parents that were siblings. Now, there's a few different ways this family tree can connect to Burdock Everdeen. Number one, we last see Barbizor at the end of Ballad. She's in a relationship with a woman, so I think it's unlikely that she had a child within a year or two after the end of this book, but it's not impossible. It's possible that she had a child and then that child was Burdock's mother, if Burdock's mother had him fairly young. The other possibility is that there was a fourth Baird sibling who had maybe already settled in District 12, already maybe was married, had a child, and that child was one of Burdock's grandparents. Depending on how old these people were and what the birth order was, you could fit one or two generations in there, so that would make Burdock and Lenore Dove either second cousins or second cousins once removed. If I'm doing my math right, I think that this makes Katniss and Lucy Gray first cousins twice removed, or possibly 3 times removed. Yeah, I drew a diagram. I'm trying to follow my own notes. Back to the original question, if the Everdeens are not musicians by trade, they don't live with other members of the Covey, why did I call them Covey? Well, because by the time we meet them, the Covey doesn't really exist anymore. Like I said, Clark Carmine is the only one still alive. But the thing that mostly lives on is Lucy Gray's music. And the person we see most notably carry on that legacy is Katniss, because she learned it all from Burdock. They sort of take on the mantle of what the Covey were doing. So in the sense that they are blood relatives, members of the Covey, take on the legacy of kind of rebellion through music. I just used a shorthand and called them Covey girls in my video, but that's basically what I meant. Now, if you're wondering how do we know that Lenore Dove and Burdock Everdeens are cousins on the Baird side of the family and not Lenore Dove's father's side of the family, we do know that for sure, and I can explain that in another video if you would like.